Can you beat Batman Arkham Asylum in New Game Plus? It is definitely a question that came to my mind when I first started playing this game, and today I hope to be able to beat this game at its hardest difficulty. For the sake of taking things easy for my first challenge, I can die as many times as I want, and I can take my time with this game. Besides, I really don't want to tackle an insanely difficult challenge for my first video. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's see if I can complete Batman Arkham Asylum on New Game Plus. Oh, and one last thing, this game's New Game Plus is actually its hard mode for some reason. Alright, let's go. My run begins with Batman taking Joker to Arkham Asylum. After a walking simulator introduces us to the asylum and a handful of characters I'm going to have to deal with, Batman ends up delivering the Joker into the asylum's care, only for the Joker to escape captivity and run free in the asylum. Don't worry, I'll deal with it. I punch through a window and find myself punching through a couple of guys while the Joker is taunting me through the intercom. Just you wait, motherfucker. I punch some more guys and end up talking to Gordon about our current situation, only to be interrupted by the Joker. This little confrontation ends up unlocking my way inside the intensive treatment hallways. After destroying some Joker teeth, I run into the hallways to find dead guards and released inmates. I end up talking to a guard that ends up pointing me to my next objective, a hostage situation. As soon as I get into the room, I am told that Zsasz has taken Mike hostage and will kill him if Batman gets too close to him. Too bad this dumbass forgot I can grapple across gargoyles and glide. After taking down Zsasz, Harley Quinn shows off her new uniform, shows us the warden tied up, tells us the inmates now run the asylum, and breaks the camera. You could have just sold the camera. Do you know how much a camera costs these days? I ended up getting contacted by Barbara Gordon. She tells us that Joker has taken Arkham Asylum off the grid and placed a multitude of bombs in Gotham from which he would detonate if anyone set foot in Arkham Island. Batman ends up telling Barbara that the bomb threats are a diversion to get people away from Arkham Island. I guess threatening to blow up Gotham was easier than bribing an entire police department. Anyway, I rip out a vent and get inside the ventilation system as I hear sounds that would trigger some rather nasty flashbacks to a war veteran. Luckily for them, I'm not going to make them hear those sounds. I head off into my next objective, decontaminating a decontamination room. I run into the decontamination room full of Joker toxin, so I grapple up the room and head inside a vent. From there, I enter the room and save a couple of guards from the toxin. I also save this inmate only for me to knock him out. Well, as long as I don't have to deal with him, I throw a batarang that turns on some fans to decontaminate the room.
Woo! Go Batman! You rock! Joker doesn't stand a chance.
Nothing like some words of encouragement. I head into the hallway to hear Joker taunt me from the other side of it. Don't worry, buddy. I'll leave you worse than how I left these guys. I walk into the extreme isolation entrance as Batman and Joker get into another confrontation. Joker ends up summoning whatever the fuck this thing is with his sacred treasure. This is definitely going to be one hell of a first boss. Okay, I'm dodging and throwing random bullshit at him. Wait a minute, does this guy have a health bar? Oh. You gotta be fucking kidding me. After this guy proceeds to die of a heart attack, Joker tempts Batman to kill him, only for him to refuse to end the game early and allow Joker to head into extreme isolation. This guy wakes up out of nowhere and unlocks the electrified gate. The guard ends up telling Batman what happened to him. Batman asks him what is on the other side of the gate, from which the guard tells him is the gate to extreme isolation. He tries to call a cell to open the gate, only to realize he's locked out. Joker pops up again to tell Batman he doesn't want to escape the asylum, especially when Batman is in it. And if Batman tries to follow him, he'll have
Officer Bowles.
No. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my fucking head. Is it over? Oh, thank God. I head out of the room and into the hallway, where I'm told that Joker was friends with Frank before the asylum takeover even happened. I genuinely thought you had no friends, buddy. I head to the holding cells to find out Frank dropped his flask and left a booze trail for me to follow. The trail leads me to an elevator that leads me to encountering Harley again, and she blows up the elevator right in front of me. Did you really think that was going to stop me? I have a fucking grapple gun! I parkour my way up the building while Frank and Harley are killing guards left and right. I fight some more inmates only for me to die to them and beat the shit out of all of them because I'm I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this fucking joke. I kick out another vent and get introduced to predator sections and the fact that the inmates here have horrible peripheral vision.
No problem, boss. The boys are just finishing off. The Arkham chumps never stood a chance.
Well, good. Our friendly neighborhood rodent is on his way. You need to set a trap. He must not leave this building. Do you understand me?
Yes, boss. The bat is as good as dead.
I hope you keep your promises, boy. I'd hate to have to go and punish your family just to teach you a lesson. And I can promise you, they won't be laughing.
But Joker!
Just do it and have fun. I know I will.
Well, this guy's family is fucked. I continue onward to another predator section. Unlike the combat encounter, I managed to take out everyone rather quickly. God fucking damn it! After making yet another comeback, I find Frank. Yeah, I did not expect this asshole to survive this. I get interrupted by the Riddler as he hands me a riddle that even a child could solve. A guard ends up opening a door that leads me outside of the building as he tells me that Frank and Harley came in and slaughtered everyone in that room. I end up walking into a Jack Ryder broadcast talking about what is going on right now in Arkham Asylum. I head out of the room, rip out a vent, crawl out of the vent, and into a cave that gives me a good view of Arkham Asylum. Only for this little moment to be interrupted by a couple of inmates trying to beat up my car. You beat up my car, and I beat the fuck out of you, even if I die again. I grab my explosive gel from the Batmobile and I look around to see that Gordon dropped his pipe and left me a trail to find him. I swear to fucking God, this game is gonna be nothing but following trails of random shit, isn't it? I blow down a wall, head to the medical facility, get baited by Harley Quinn, find an alternate entrance, and find out a couple of inmates were taking some doctors hostage. After taking out a couple of guys, I ended up finding out these guys can find me on the gargoyles by getting shot to death because of it. I hope you're enjoying my suffering. I end up making another comeback and save the doctors. I am then told there are 3 other doctors in 3 other rooms I have to save. Dr. Kellerman in patient observation, Dr. Chen in surgery, and Dr. Young in x-ray. Surprisingly, I didn't die a single time when dealing with all 3 of these situations. On my way back to the sanatorium, I end up beating up a guy with knives. Dr. Young ends up getting escorted by Aaron Cash to the mansion as I get into another predator section. I end up ripping through this section effortlessly. I get into the elevator to listen to another one of Joker's empty threats and Scarecrow's fear gas. I head out the elevator to quite the pleasant sight, blow through a wall, and encounter Gordon calling for help as he gets dragged away. Upon heading further into this facility, I find Gordon's body. Something's wrong. I end up trying to contact Barbara to tell her Gordon is dead, but
It was too late.
I'm sorry. The number you've dialed isn't available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Barbara, are you there?
Please hang up your phone.
something is definitely wrong. I head down to the morgue where... Huh? There's nothing here. I try to leave the morgue only to discover I entered the morgue? And there's body bags now. I open the first body bag to discover Thomas Wayne's dead body.
There. You should have stood up to him, son. Like a man.
I open the second body bag to discover Martha Wayne.
Help us, Bruce! Don't let us die!
I open the third body bag to discover... Oh, I see now. I run into a literal nightmare as I encounter Scarecrow. Oh, Freddy Krueger would be proud of you, buddy. I end up trying to plow through the course only for a bad dodge roll to fuck me over and get me killed. I plow through it again only for the same result to happen. However, not only did I not die from a dodge roll this time, I successfully blew down this wall and proceeded to blast this guy with 1 million lumens. Bask in illumination, bitch! I snapped out of the shroom-induced nightmare to discover I was still in the morgue. I regained contact with Barbara and caught her up about my little trip down Jonathan Crate's bag of shrooms. I then head out of the morgue to discover the dead body I found was a guard and not Gordon. What a fucking fake out, bro! I end up beating up some more inmates and getting into another hostage situation. Now I have to get through this entire Predator section undetected, or else Harley will gun down Gordon. I managed to take out everyone, Harley included, on the first try. Woo! Let's go! I end up reuniting with Gordon as we both discover Joker's little surprise that he got for me in that room. We open up the surprise to see... God damn! This guy's seen better days! Bane tells us that Dr. Young proceeded to suck him dry. Of his venom! Of his fucking venom! That doesn't seem to matter anymore, especially when Joker proceeds to pump him full of venom. That also doesn't matter anymore because Bane proceeds to throw me through a brick wall and try to kill me. Now this is a boss fight. The strategy for taking out this guy seems to be rather simple. Go battering, get out of the way, rip out one of his venom tubes, rinse and repeat. This boss would have definitely been easy, and I wouldn't have died 4 times if these fuckers just left me the fuck alone! This meant that I had to take out every last one of these motherfuckers if I wanted to beat this guy. And take them out, I sure as hell did. Upon leaving Bane to get buried by rubble, I head out of there to reunite with Gordon again as I fire up my Batmobile. I try to get Gordon to leave the island only to be interrupted by Bane becoming the Kool-Aid Man and blowing down a brick wall. He ends up getting sunk by the Batmobile on autopilot as I send Gordon away on a boat to deal with Joker's bomb threats. I end up telling Barbara to look up Dr. Young and what she was doing in Arkham Asylum as I'm heading into a Batcave on Arkham Island. Huh, I guess he does plan for everything. Upon doing some parkour, I head inside the Batcave to find Dr. Young used the venom in Bane's blood to make the Time Formula, a compound capable of turning people into Bane without the tank he carries around with him. I can already tell I'm in for a roller coaster ride of pain. I collect the Batclaw, exit the Batcave, take out this guy, beat up these guys, and try to open this door.
We'll find you. Rip your flesh like paper.
Tough talk for someone with a fucking shock collar on. I'm told Joker was paying Dr. Young to make the time formula, but she found out she was getting paid by Joker and tried to pull the plug on him. Too bad she was dealing with the fucking Joker. I head out of these catacombs and back into the outdoors. I take out some snipers, take out some inmates, cut down some dead bodies, take out some more snipers, die to one of them, get my payback, and enter the Arkham Mansion. Inside the mansion, I beat up some more guys, find out what suicide callers are, breeze through this Predator section, find out Dr. Young is in her office, end up getting caught in a hostage situation, save some hostages, and find an alternate entrance to Dr. Young's office. Upon beating these guys and entering her office, I discovered that Dr. Young took the formula and headed somewhere else in the mansion. I ended up scanning her handprint and set up a trail of fingerprints to follow across the mansion. I also find out that Joker's bomb threats were empty as fuck, so there's that. As soon as I head out of her office to follow her trail, I beat up a couple of guys and follow her trail back to the library. After destroying Dr. Young's formula, I found out she's been taken hostage by Zaz, and I have gone down Scarecrow's shroom gas again. Oh, fucking great. Batman takes a painful trip down memory lane as I take a painful trip down Dr. Crane's dream world. Shroom-induced nightmare land. After dying 2 more times, I end up completely obliterating Dr. Crane's retinas with my bat signal. How the fuck did I get up here? I end up causing good old-fashioned property damage as I try to get down from up there. I get down from the bell tower, beat up a guy with a stun stick, and find out how stupid this guy is. Upon finding out why Joker came into the island for, which was to get the time formula, Dr. Young gets blown up. I end up seeing Harley Quinn again as she proceeds to break Sharp's cane with his face. I beat up some guys and end up following a trail of blood. Please, let this be the last trail. After making another comeback, I listen to Sharp getting tortured through the intercom.
As of 10 minutes ago, I have made it illegal to walk on the floor in any part of the asylum. Anyone caught doing so will be... Oh, this is stupid. Anyone caught will have their legs removed and perform magic tricks for Emperor Joker. There, I did it.
You're doing great, Sharpie. Ready for more?
Really delightful. I end up dying again after seeing some guys bring a gun to a fistfight. After dealing with that, I run into Arkham West, where I witness an exploding ambulance and how shit my skills in combat are in this run. I died 2 times, by the way. I walk into the cell block where I beat up a couple of guys and walk into a scene that came directly out of a horror movie, only for me to walk around completely unfazed by it. I then meet up with Poison Ivy begging me to let her out, from which I obviously refused to let her out of her cell. I found Sharp alive and got locked in with him. Poison Ivy tries to convince Harley to let her out, from which she does, and Joker ends up releasing all of the people that were in the cell block, which precisely means that I have to turn on detective mode every time I'm outside, or I'm dead. I get the cryptographic sequencer ready, hack my way out of that room, and run into Harley Quinn. She ends up electrifying the floor and throws some guards at me. I beat them up, hack my way into the guard room, which leads me into another hostage situation. This time, if I don't hack some terminals fast enough, everyone in this room dies, me included. Challenge accepted, Quinn. I save the hostages without much effort given and end up being lost for a couple of minutes. However, I find my way out of that room, beat up a couple more guys, and run into Harley's sad excuse of a boss. I genuinely wished I could go out and say I had some difficulty facing off against her or died a couple of times, but I can't do that. Do you want to know why? Because this boss battle literally lasted me less than 5 minutes, and I beat it on the first try. Hopefully I don't have to deal with another trail again. Please, let this be the last trail I follow. After finding out I just have to go to the botanical gardens, I end up saying, fuck the trail, and head out of the penitentiary and into the botanical gardens. Also, I end up discovering on my way there that these guys have supersonic hearing or some shit like that, which means I had to take down every last one of them before heading into the botanical gardens. Upon entering, I encountered 2 armed thugs at the entrance. I beat up one of them while the other pulled a Houdini and disappeared the moment I hit him with the batarang and got electrocuted by the gate. I head into the garden where I see that I'm in for another roller coaster ride of pain as I get into the predator section that has indeed got me killed 3 fucking times. All of the odds were stacked against me here. All of the guys in this room actively grouping up, the number of takedown variations being limited, and the fact that any one of these fuckers could spell my demise if they looked up at the gargoyle I'm sitting on. However, I managed to take out every last one of them on the 4th try. I walked the wrong way until I was outside again, then headed back to the right way until I ended up watching the strangest cutscene I have ever seen in this game. I then have to go to the generator room to turn off the power on the electrified water Joker left behind. I beat up some guys, enter a booby-trapped control box. This control box would blast me with Joker toxin if I take too long to hack the control box. I hack through the control box and I catch myself going the wrong way again and head back to the electrified water room. I get through the water and head inside a room as frustrating to walk through as the fucking catacombs. I beat up some guys and head into yet another hostage situation. This time, if I get spotted by any one of these guys before I take out the cage operator, both of these doctors will fall to their death. Surprisingly enough, I nailed this on the first try. I conclude the trail I was apparently following with a trapped control box that I end up hacking through. As soon as I enter the room, Joker once again throws some more titans at me. I got rammed into the wall and beaten to death. Yet I managed to make another comeback and beat up these 2 dipshits. I get the line launcher delivered to me through my own Batwing delivery service, head out of the lab, head into Poison Ivy's room in the garden, and talk to her about some plants. More specifically, antidote-producing plants. She ends up telling me the plants are in Croc's lair. Oh, fuck. I knock over some guys, get beaten to death again, knock out these guys, and return to the electrified water room. I use my lawn launcher again to knock over these guys, and I get into another predator section in this fucking room, from which I died 1, 2, 3 more times before I got around completing this section. I pulled out of the botanical gardens to discover Joker gave Ivy some titan. Don't worry, Joker. I'll get to beat the shit out of you soon enough. As a result of Ivy's transformation, I now have to deal with these plants. These plants will only shoot at me if I run at them, so I gotta be crouching. I do some gardening and head over to Arkham Mansion, which is now overrun by vines. Great. I talk to Aaron Cash for info on the sewers, and I head out of Arkham Mansion and into intensive treatment. I got beaten to death twice and shot once thanks to this guy on the way there. Upon arriving, I rip through some vents and get into another predator section involving exploding gargoyles. Yay. I died twice in this section only for me to lock in. I get off the vent and take out this guy. I sneak up on this guy and take him out. I knocked out this guy with some exploding glass. I knocked out 2 more guys with exploding glass. And I took out this guy with a batarang. I top things off by dropping down on this guy and taking him down. I hack through this trap panel and head down to the hallway to discover... No. No. No, 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 no! No! Not my progress! No! Oh. Something's wrong here. I end up getting spooked by Dr. Crane's bag of shrooms again, as I genuinely thought I lost all my progress and Batman here thought he went insane. Also, for the sake of commitment to the bit, I am counting that as a death. Anyway, I punch my way out of my grave and into whatever Crane has in store for us now. I beat up some skeletons like I was the savior of humanity and got caught by Crane. Thankfully, these bad trips have checkpoints. I race through some more of this course until I get caught again. I get to the bat signal to go further down Crane's pack of shrooms. Wonderful. Now I got to lock in. I fight hordes of skeletons to the point where I genuinely believe I would have done a better job defending Castle Kandar. As each horde got tougher, I fought even harder until I made Crane blind with the 3 bat signal combo. Upon blinding him, he runs off to the sewers to flood it with his shroom gas. Good luck, buddy. You'll need it. I head further down this room, beat up some more guys, hack through this panel, beat up some more guys, and get inside Croc's lair. I found Crane again. Crane seems to be ready to unleash my worst nightmares into the sewers, but Croc had other plans. Do both of us a favor and make sure Crane is nothing but bones, buddy. I line launch into his lair and leave a couple of rather important tools for later. Now, I could have easily chosen to cheese through this encounter by using the line launcher, but for some reason I chose not to do so. I run for a bit, use Croc's shock collar, and collect the first sample of anti-venom. I repeat the process until I get the second sample, and that's really the majority of this encounter. A cycle of tasing Croc and running from exploding platforms that all came to a head when I got all 5 samples. Now it's time for me to enact my escape plan. Too bad I got blindsided by the exploding platforms and died. I ended up getting all the way back to where I came, only to get blindsided again by these fucking platforms. I get to the gate to find out it gets locked, and I turn around to see Croc is ready to eat me. Luckily, I had placed this explosive gel on the floor earlier, so I could drop his ass into the water. See ya, Croc! I head out of the sewers and into the Batcave to form an antidote to Titan, but Ivy spines destroy the Batcave before I can make more than 1 vial of the antidote. I get the Ultra Bat Claw, rip out a wall, and glide my way through some mountains. After doing some more gardening, I walk into the catacombs to find the water has been polluted by Joker. Luckily for Gotham, I also happen to be a good plumber. I make my way up to the control room, but not before pulling down a wall and 3 people. I beat up some more guys and head into the pump room. As soon as I did, I beat up these guys and disabled 2 pumps by hacking them. I head into the next room, which leads me into a Predator section. I died twice before I locked in again. As soon as I did, I took out this guy, made this guy fall, took out another guy, took out this guy, took out this guy, knocked out this guy, and took out this guy using a remote-controlled batarang. I hacked through this panel, turning off the last pump, and as soon as I get back on track, I get interrupted by another Titan. You can already tell I died 2 more times here, so let me just go over the winning attempt. The battle starts with this guy ripping the door open, which leads to me smacking them with a batarang and having them charge face first into an electrified gate. As soon as his boys showed up, I started taking them out as much as I could until he charged at me. After everyone got floored, it was all eyes on the big man. I wailed on him mercilessly, and I used him to wail on everyone else just as mercilessly. From there, I proceeded to floor everyone with critical strikes and takedowns. Afterward, the Titan got shocked by the electrified gate, and I beat him the fuck up. As soon as backup came down, I was already on the Titan's back, flooring everyone in the process. I then got off and continued flooring everyone, but the Titan managed to floor everyone in an instant and charge at me. As soon as I did, I used the battering strat and knocked him out soon afterward. I was on my last leg after that, but that didn't stop me at all. Hell, it made me focus even harder as I knocked the fuck out of everyone that was left in that room. I walked out of that room a winner. As soon as I left that room, I got back on track to getting back to the botanical gardens. On my way there, I kept dealing with lunatics trying to jump me, Ivy's plants wanting to snipe me, and Ivy proceeding to taunt me. I also got sniped to death, and I got revenge on the sniper. Upon arriving at the botanical gardens, I ended up finding out that Ivy wasn't thrilled about my gardening. I also found out that Ivy beefed up security with more killer plants and brainwashed guards. Yeah, they're fucking deranged. I head to Ivy's lair to test the antidote, but she instead becomes another boss battle in a scene that I gotta say, looks a bit risque if you ask me. Well, except for that part. I ended up running the usual strategy for this boss that calls for me dodging every red orb shot at me and quick-firing a batarang at her every time she leaves herself vulnerable. This strat only lasted me one phase, as phase 2 had me take out a group of her guards, and Ivy would only attack me if I took out every last one of them out. I can already tell I was in for a roller coaster ride of pain. And the 2 deaths I already got from this battle confirms that. Fortunately, I already cooked up a winning strategy for her in the second phase. The strat was simple. First, I beat up every last guard she has using platform knockouts, ground takedowns, and combo takedowns. As soon as I take out the guards, I run around the platform while dodging to give me the ability to quick-fire batarangs even faster. I died 7 more times trying to figure out the strat, yet I would not fail at the 10th attempt at this boss. It was the beginning of phase 2 again. I proceeded to knock people out, only for me to get caught by Ivy's vines. I ended up breaking out of the vines and knocked out the 4 guys that remained. The strategy worked perfectly against Ivy, as I swiftly knocked out all 3 of her guards. As soon as I hit Ivy a couple times again, I locked in and knocked out every last one of her guards. I did some more damage to her using the runaround strat, but it wasn't enough. I was on my last leg, yet I kept my cool and took out her guards one last time. I got to Ivy again, and this time, my victory was certain. I ran up to her to deliver the last bit of explosive gel and finish her off. As soon as she fell into the pit below, I grappled away from the crumbling garden. I see some fireworks indicating where I have to go next, as the party has now begun. On my way there, I encountered some more lunatics and Frank Sinatra playing on the intercom. After approaching the entrance, I knocked out the guest list inmates, and I spent the next 30 minutes of my existence beating the shit out of everyone in that hallway. Did I have a good reason to do that? No. Did I die 7 more times trying to knock everyone? Yes. But was I laughing my ass off when I unlocked this achievement on the 8th try? Of course I fucking did. I walked down the visitor center hall to discover Joker was indeed hiding his face behind the TV and rigged it to blow. My ears! I head onward past the blown off glass as I am recovering from the possible eardrum damage in the Joker's party. What's the matter, Joker? No one showed up to your party? Good. Joker then throws 2 more titans at me in an effort to kill me. He did succeed twice, but the 3rd time was indeed the charm. Joker ended up pulling out Gordon and tried to pep him up with Titan. Fortunately, I jumped in on time and actively resisted turning into a Titan through sheer willpower. Joker ends up throwing a tantrum and injects himself with Titan. Oh fuck. We're in the fucking endgame now, as we bear witness to what everyone, me included, was waiting for since the beginning of the video. Me beating the shit out of Joker. But first, I got to inject myself with the antidote. I don't need no bitch-ass Titan. I dodged Joker's slashes until I end up getting shocked by the electrified wall. Joker then jumped on that platform and sent some inmates to kill me. They weren't successful. After taking out his cronies, I pull him down with my back claw and beat the shit out of him. He ended up leaving me on my last leg, and his cronies finished me off. But no worry, I made the greatest comeback of the run. I pull off a better job dodging Joker's slashes and beat the fuck out of every last one of Joker's cronies. I pulled him down again and gave him one hell of a knuckle sandwich. I dodged his slashes again. His cronies didn't stand a chance, and I pulled him down again. I proceeded to beat the shit out of Joker even further. As soon as I beat him up, the cycle continued for one last time. Dodging his slashes, beating up inmates, and pulling him down. This time the floorboards broke beneath him, and he got electrocuted. And in one final standoff against me, I cover my fist with explosive gel and deliver one last punch to the face, knocking out Joker and ending this nightmare once and for all. Everyone showed up to clean up the mess that Joker made. All of the inmates are back in custody, all of the superpowered motherfuckers are now locked up again, and Joker is probably going to feel the ass beating I gave him for weeks. Jim offers Batman a ride, only for him to decline the offer and fly away in his Batwing to deal with Two-Face. After sitting through 2 minutes worth of credits, I am met with an end credit scene that teases Bane stealing a crate full of Titan. Oh fuck. And with that, my New Game Plus run of Batman Arkham Asylum has reached its end, and I managed to power through it all and complete it because I'm Batman! Now with that out of the way, I am going to conclude the video with my thoughts regarding the run. I'm kind of glad I did not implement any rules before starting to run, because I could definitely tell I was not on my A grade in the slightest. But I can definitely say I put in some effort around the end of the run. With a total of 53 deaths and a playtime of approximately 487 minutes, that leaves me with 1 death every 9.2 minutes. I can definitely do better than that. In terms of my performance, a good cause of why I died so many times is how bad I am at countering, especially when it goes on slow-mo every 3 hits, and I generally believe that attacking was as good as countering. Which is why I died the most during combat sections and combat-related boss fights than Predator sections. Except for that one fucking Predator section. I would recommend giving this challenge a try, as it does seem to be a rather fun challenge to pull off, and I genuinely hope someone manages to beat this challenge with less than 53 deaths. Thanks for watching this video, and if you want to watch more videos like this, please subscribe. I would also appreciate to hear what you think about how I did in this run or this challenge in the comments. I hope you all have a nice day, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.